And I would say the problem with this, and it's not just an accessibility problem, although it constitutes accessibility as with Dr. Campbell, as you experience in terms of the conditions of your job. Accessibility is a big portion of it. The problem is also what we talk about here. It's nice to want it on your own terms, as Shauna rightfully says. I also wanted it on my own terms. I was your student. I went, I got my degree, I got my qualifications, my resume is nice and lovely. But when it came to being an actual job and I chose to disclose my disability, that is when it hit the fan. And that is what happens. So, it's nice to want it on your own terms, but the realistic thing is that at this point, and I was telling somebody this point, especially with things like employment, accessibility and stuff like that, sometimes, yes, awareness raising and everything works, but folks, I know some of the older, what I can say more mature heads can tell you that they have been at it since the 70s and the 80s and the 90s and how much a thousands, raising awareness about persons with disabilities. And until we have legislation for some areas, until we have a stick, then the carrot will come. And I will tell you why. In industrial relations, until we had the OSHA Act, until people pushed the OSHA Act, then there were regulations that had to do, then you would see everybody, ECA, Chamber of Commerce, everybody jump up and now running seminars on OSHA to become compliant. So similarly with persons with disabilities, with accessibility, with employment, with education, those are key areas that affect everybody, touch everybody, and everybody has an interest and everybody says, well, you know what I want. Until we get up and start to advocate for the legislation, for the specific legislation that we need, and not equal opportunity either, because that just doesn't help. That particular clause of the Act with employment benefits the employer very frankly more than the employee, right? Until we have legislation in place, certain things cannot happen, will not happen. You can advocate till the cows come home, it cannot happen and will not happen until we advance it through the courts. And that's how it is. And then, only then when they realize that the courts have said it, that the legalities are said, then they will start to open their minds.
Thank you. We have another question at the front.
Just one last question, I think.
Yes, Charlie Ford here, advocate for persons with disabilities and a differently able community. And for the panel that Mr. John, do you know of any measures that are in place to ensure that persons retrofit the buildings and that they do it with any particular specifications? Because I have had many embarrassing, up to recently, buildings that have just been built. And as a female, like I tell people, the only person I want with me is the man that I love. You know, and people tend to think, and then of course I'm a heavy bumper, I tell people all the time. So it's not to say I'm lightweight. You know, so, you know, and if you call in advance and you ask them, they think that a flat surface is accessibility. Like here it's flat, but there's a stairway going up this way, so I can't access the chairs. And things like that. I'm not talking about here in specific, but I'm talking about in general. Even when you go to a restaurant, I dine at a restaurant, but then I can't use the washroom. And you know, all these other things that people, they claim to have. There's a big sign there, washroom for a person with a disability, but it's more disabled than the disabled person themselves, so they cannot access it. And no, it's I mean, it goes being employed. If you want to be employed, it's the same problems you will encounter. And people see the disability, they don't see you, the person. You go to the doctor, they hand somebody next to me the form to fill out. I said, do I look brain dead to you? I'm speaking to you intellectually. Why do you think that I'm incapable of pulling out a form? You know, so But again, back question is, do you know if there are any measures within Trinidad and Tobago that ensures that persons retrofit new buildings that are being built and to the specific specifications, the ramps especially, etc., that we don't break our necks? Thank you.
And I think that was for Dr. Campbell.
Yes.
No, I don't, and I don't think I'm in a position to say that I don't know any specifications.
I don't think that there is.
I don't think
But it's not legally enforceable.
it's not legal, yeah, because just as an anecdotal comment, which I won't take up any time with, I'm actually on the OSHA, or supposed to be on the OSHA PRTV, and they have the meetings at the new administration building, and I can't access it. They built, I think the ramp at back is built to some kind of specification, but there's a drop about 3 inches, which not scooter friendly. I can't access the building, and I can't access the meetings. And the meetings are not moved from that building. It's still there.
But I need to come to the park and I'm not there. Not part of
Okay, I actually followed Danica. Do you remember we filmed UE around UE? We actually were evicted from in front of the health center, weren't we? Weren't we? Yes, when we were trying to film there. Yes, because we were looking at the ways in which UE was in fact not at all accessible. Not trying to make UE feel bad. We were just kind of doing it as part of our documentary. Sorry? Well, they were trying, as John says, they actually are trying, but some of they obviously didn't do a great deal of consultation or whatever, but they were trying, It has been a very long day, an extraordinary